everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back. We are back to the Cracking a Cold One podcast. Now, please hold your applause. Please, I know. It's been a while. Today, we are joined by very special guests from all the way across the internet, joined here once again to partake in a great adventure in this podcast adventure. First up, we have Matthew Hamilton. He's kind of new to the podcast, and he's a little jittery, I see. So hello, Matthew. Welcome to the podcast. We're very excited to have you. Very happy to have you on.
No, you're not. But I'm glad to be here. Thanks anyway.
Yeah. Whatever. Next up, you might know him from some previous podcasts we've had. He's a common. He's made a face for himself. He's become much more popular than I have, and I'm very upset about that. I really hate it. We have Ryan Sharp here. Hello, Ryan. How's it going?
Hello. I'm doing good, Joe. I don't even have YouTube, so I don't know why you're saying that. You reached 1,000 plays.
Oh, Ryan, so humble. I hate you, Ryan. Next up, we have someone who is so happy, so pickle, that some people call her a happy pickle. Not to be confused with Pickle Rick, who, if you don't know, is Rick from Rick and Morty, but turned himself into a pickle. I laughed the first time I saw it, and I'm sure you will the first time you hear the comedic genius of Janelle, also known as Happy Pickle. Hello, Janelle. Welcome back.
Thanks, Joe, for the great introduction. Hello.
Wait, this is an introduction? I don't know. What? Okay. So how's it going? I know it's been, we've had a little bit of time away, and by a little bit, I mean going on 13, 14 weeks self-isolation because of the coronavirus. But how's everyone doing?
Pretty good, actually. I mean, at this point, I've learned to, I don't know, I've kind of been dealing with, I haven't been super isolated, I guess, because I'm just at work, and my gym finally opened up, and they painted the whole place. It looks really cool now, so I'm glad to be back.
Well, I guess if you're able to get out and, exercise and stuff, that's beats being cooped up at home. I, on the other hand, have been cooped up at home, either playing video games or playing an unhealthy amount of Minecraft. Gained a couple 30 or 40 pounds. I've exceeded the bandwidth of most of my pants. So I'm just here in sweatpants. I don't even know how I'm gonna fit in my suit pants for the prom thing coming up. That's gonna be fun.
Taylor.
How have you been, Janelle? I know that our viewers are very eager to hear what the great Happy Pickle has been up to.
At first, quarantine was horrible. I couldn't do it. Like, I hate being at home by myself. Not even by myself. I hate not being around people. But like, it's better now.
Yeah.
Like, I can go outside, and like my car works now, so I can drive around. Yeah.
That's good. As long as you're getting out there, getting some fresh air, joining everybody in their commerce. That's great.
I've been spending money on stupid stuff though.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same.
What?
Yeah. How's it been treating you, Matthew? I know you're new to the podcast, so if anyone doesn't know him, it's Matthew Hamilton, a close friend of mine in real life, and we're happy to have you on the podcast. So how has quarantine been treating you?
It's actually been pretty good. Just sitting at home like most people, self-isolation, watching the greatest movie on earth. It's called Toy Story. Actually watching it right now, but
The first one?
no, the third one.
Oh,
I think I had a couple of very real dreams about the Toy Stories. I was a toy myself once, actually.
What?
In my
What kind
dreams.
of toy?
I prefer not to go into that.
I should point out that I'm actually.
Boys thought you doing something naughty.
No.
I should actually say right now that I'm actually not watching Toy Story right now. I'm watching a more manly movie. It's called Toy Story 4. Get out.
The first and second one are the best.
The first one was horrible.
Because you're a baby.
Okay.
Actually, I'm glad we're bringing this up now. I have a very unpopular opinion about the third movie. It was just, in my opinion, it was just a recycled version of the second because.
All right, you know what? That's it. Thank you guys for having me. I'll see you guys later.
Ryan, you chased away Matthew. We'll never have a new guest on the podcast ever again.
Matthew, forgive me.
Wait, is the third one the one where they were like about to die?
Yeah, in the landfill when they were going to die.
I almost cried when I first saw that. I was like, no.
You know, I think they should have. It would have made a very satisfying end to the trilogy.
No lie, facts. I kind of wanted them to die.
You know, I had my doubts about the fourth one, but the fourth one was actually kind of funny. I liked it.
I fell asleep at it.
Wow.
We were at a drive-in.
I went to a drive-in recently. I saw The Princess Bride with my girlfriend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Ryan just rubbing it in that he has a girlfriend. You know, I'm about to kick him off
my
this podcast.
real life, real existing girlfriend.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
You know
Ryan.
what? Get a two-dimensional girlfriend, then you can come back on our
Joe,
podcast. Excuse me.
Joe just broke up with his girlfriend, guys.
What? Hold up.
Joe just broke up with his girlfriend from Roblox.
Yeah, we're not seeing each other anymore, unfortunately.
I just want to keep.
They played so great together.
I
all that.
I made an obby without telling her and inviting her, and I had some other Roblox girls over, and she got very upset and blocked me on Roblox.com.
Oh, so this isn't the one who's friends with Toe Jam?
No, this is the one. It's Toe Jam's sister.
Oh, this is?
Yes.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Miss Toe Jam.
Me too. I'm very upset. I had the time of my life with my Roblox girlfriend.
Just watching that relationship. I was over at Joe's house. We were playing Roblox on the Xbox, and just watching that relationship unfold. It was beautiful. It brought a tear to my eye.
I thought we were gonna get married. I thought we were gonna have some Roblox kids and you know, grow up in a nice
1x1 cubes.
So, like on Roblox, I feel awkward when cause I play my little John and Jarvis, and I feel awkward when people be like, "You want to be my boyfriend?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm 18 Roblox, and you're like 5, so no."
Awkward is a funny way to put it.
I used to only play Roblox on the Xbox, and I got so mad that they took off. I think I was part of the reason they did. They took off all of the Roblox chat on the Xbox.
Yeah,
so
no,
you
they
can't
did.
do it. And so what I would do before they did that is I would just walk up to any female dressed character, and I would be like, "Would you like to be my Roblox girlfriend?" Sometimes I'd get yes. Sometimes I'd get no. Sometimes I would get offers to pay Robux for things I'd rather not disclose on air. But yeah, I mean, it was an adventure. It was an adventure, and unfortunately, it had to come to an end like this.
I used to contribute to that too, because in the pizza, work at a pizza place, whatever it was called, I used to convince the manager, "Hey, if you be my Roblox girlfriend, I will give you a bonus."
I'm weak.
Dude, I was the same way. All of my victims, I mean partners, came off of the Roblox pizza place. In fact, that's where I met her, on Roblox pizza place. We went to the secret room together. What if we?
I remember this was like the first ever pizza place server that I joined on Roblox. There was a huge revolt going on. Mm-hmm. And it was like every man for himself at one point. The manager came into my house, said, "All right, listen, Diamond Ninja 21, and yes, that was my original Roblox username at one point." He was like, "There are too many noobs that are taking over the land and the property that we rightfully bought. And we need it back." Like, you're absolutely right, Mr. Manager.
We need to build a Roblox wall. It's gonna cost a lot of V-Bucks. But Roblox, the Roblox Hispanic tycoon is going to pay for it. I think I mean Roblox. I don't know why I slipped and said V-Bucks. Excuse me. Excuse my blasphemy.
So like,
Excuse
with Roblox, you can like, so like in the day that it's like obviously little kids playing. Cause like I was playing at like 2 in the morning one day. I was bored.
Yeah.
And there were like horrible things that I was like, these are teenagers, obviously.
Well, if you want to get the finest Roblox players, you gotta play at like that 12 to 2 interval. Those are when the pros come on. Daytime's for the noobs. You know.
You know what? You know the game? It's called Breaking Point.
Yeah,
like,
I play that all the time.
Like somebody was like, "Who here? Oh, who here likes anime?" Like me, and I was rolling. I was like, "Why was that so funny to me?"
I watched some kid open like turn on his mic because you can use mic on Xbox when we were playing that game. And he was just like antagonizing this one character at the table and just wouldn't stop. And then like it was his turn and he got the gun. And so everyone just knew exactly who was gonna shoot. And so the kid with the mic was like, "Okay, I'm so sorry. Please don't shoot me. I spent all of the Robux in upgrades." And like before he could
And
finish,
then
he just
Joe
popped it
laughed.
off.
Joe just whispered into the mic, "Do you believe in God?"
Do you believe in God?
I see no God here. That's what. I'm declared the I'm wanted for 12 counts of Roblox homicide.
Me and my
Controlling griefer.
you know, if Adopt Me, but like, I think it's Adopt Me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's the scam kids. Like we used to like, if you come to our house, have a sale going on, and then like we would just take all their money and then like leave the game.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why do I feel bad though? I'm like, I'm not doing anything with this.
You see, I tried that one time, but the only thing I got was I ended up on Vanos Gaming's exposing Roblox scammers episode 14.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Shut up.
Are you serious? So, try to pivoting the conversation from the great game of Roblox. I hear the new Scooby-Doo movie was out, and it's making the rounds for various reasons. Have you guys gotten a chance to see it?
I have actually. I have semi-mixed opinions. And if anyone wants to go ahead and share first, I'll wait. But
Ryan's preparing his massive thesis. We're
Yeah,
talking about the
yeah.
Scooby-Doo movie.
I'm the guy who has an IMDb account and the app who like rates every movie that he sees. It's a little sad looking at it from just a collective perspective. But the Scooby-Doo movie, or Scoob, I guess as it's called, it wasn't awful in my opinion. I mean, it wasn't a Scooby-Doo. It was not a Scooby-Doo movie, I'll say that. But it was more of an old cartoon homage, because a lot of the characters were actually from older cartoons. She was like Dick Dastardly, I remembered, and like his dog, and a couple other cameos, I guess.
Yeah.
They were thrown into the plot because they were important old cartoon characters, I guess, during their time. Around the same time Scooby-Doo was relevant, or
Yeah,
not
that makes
relevant,
sense.
obviously.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not a Scooby-Doo movie, like I said, and it holds nothing to the original Scooby-Doo movies made by James Gunn, which are, in my opinion, untouchable.
Yeah, the old they're so great. Like with action or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are hilarious. Like I will literally cry laughing at those.
Yeah, they're funny.
You see, James Gunn originally wanted to make the Scooby-Doo, the first one, he wanted to make it R-rated.
Really?
And yeah,
That would have been interesting.
I would have
Minty?
paid to see that, honestly.
Was it Minty? Because James Gunn.
Oh, that's
funny to know.
oh.
Haha. Haha.
Okay.
Clap it up.
I'm laughing.
Janelle, if I'm just gonna say this right now, if we were in Breaking Point in Roblox, you'd know who I'd shoot.
Right? I mean, Joe, if there was a zombie apocalypse, you would survive.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Because the zombies have no brains to eat. Boom!
Wait, Janelle, did you just
no.
start clapping?
Oh.
Janelle,
Oh no.
I'm again, Janelle.
Janelle, Did you start clapping while you were driving?
Yeah.
No, that was me. No,
You just hear her be like, "Yo, Joe, if there was a zombie apocalypse, you would survive." And then everyone's like, "Why?" And she was like, "Cause you got no breath."
I can't pull into my driveway.
Try backing into it. That's what I do. I flip it around, put it in reverse, get that steering wheel greased up with my hand sweat, like, oh yeah, and just pull them back in, like.
Yo, stop. Too much detail.
I just accidentally drove through the front door once, and that's just my new parking space. Like, oh, well,
Party.
That's great.
it's like that episode of Full House. When I forget, it was the middle child. I don't remember any of their
Stephanie
names.
drives into the kitchen.
Ah, you do, yeah.
Yeah,
And
no, I
then-
remember that.
I thought that happened in Good Luck Charlie.
No, it happened in
Might have.
Gosh.
But I think the
Crap.
I'm
Full
sorry I
House
brought
also
that
did.
up. I'm sorry I brought
No,
that
you're
up.
fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I just, popped in my
You just
head.
made me realize how pathetic my life is watching all the Disney shows.
I think it was funny watching Scoob and like just seeing the 2 seconds that the when Dick Dastardly disguised himself as the hot police girl, and like the 2 seconds that she was in it, and like the infinite amount of hours spent in internet content surrounding her.
Did you? I didn't like Simon the way Simon Cowell was animated in it. It just looked unfinished.
Yeah,
It was very. It was
It was like-
scary.
it was like if he was in a Madden game and like they put him. They tried to like motion track him, and like that's what they got with the first draft, and then they just imported it into the Scooby-Doo movie.
I don't see why they'd be trying to rush it because when did they? Because with all this stuff going around, they released it on Amazon around the same time that it was initially supposed to be released in theaters. And if I'm wrong about this, then yeah.
No, I think you're right.
Oh, really? Okay. So yeah, I don't see any reason to rush, or I don't understand why it'd have to be so rushed in the end.
Well, yeah, and then like with this whole quarantine, theoretically, I would think you would have more time.
Well,
to
more
do,
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
touch ups like that, because no one's really expecting you to release it on time, or no one's expecting you to release it early. But I guess they spent too much money on it to wait until this whole thing was over and release it at theaters.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, my biggest complaint about the movie is that they didn't have Matthew Lillard play Shaggy.
Yeah,
mean, just-
I didn't like Shaggy's voice actor. I didn't like any of theirs. I thought they I don't know. It was too different for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Janelle, are you still backing in, or
No. So like, the electrician's here, and I don't want to go in there because then like I can't even go.
they're scary?
I can't. No, shut up. I
They might
can't go.
shock
I
me.
heard him. He turned the
With their
electricity.
electric powers.
All the electricity is off in the house. So I don't want to go in there. I'm about to go to somebody else's house.
That's not suspicious at all.
Excuse me, sir. My electrician's in my house, so I can't go in.
Janelle, did you get hit by a car? What?
I had to run across the street and I didn't see the car.
Oh no.
Are you in purgatory, or is this the afterlife for you? You can still access the human world.
Oh, I was like, who is that? Sorry, I don't know these people.
Where are they? Okay, I'm not even
You
gonna
got
ask.
neighbors. Their daughter like to stare at me.
Hmm,
That place she watches.
their daughter might be a lesbian. If so, can you give me your number?
No, he's like 5.
Oh, never mind.
Even better.
Abort, back out. A day in the life of Janelle, that'd be interesting. Just from the mere moments we've been given already, I'd like to see more into what Janelle's day-to-day is.
You have to like pay extra money to see the premium life of Janelle, the premium content, the
You
full
know,
extended life of Janelle. If I was
the comedy award.
if you were going up on America or America needs talent, and I was a judge there, I would give you the golden buzzer right now if you were going.
They should make
your
like a
talent.
really They should make like a really low budgety, crappy version of the show where it's America Needs Talent. Just
Please.
It's just for everyone who would instantly get buzzed off. But they don't.
Please, we just want some talent. That's all we're asking for. No. Did you guys?
That's pretty funny, Ryan.
Pardon?
You know what, Ryan? Just because you're so funny too, you also get the golden buzzer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! First time in
Should it be like a
American.
bronze buzzer?
Since I'm so funny, I will make an office quote to seal this deal. I want to thank not only God, but also Jesus. I think that was episode 8 of the first season. Wow, I know that.
I've watched The Office like 3 times. That's like one of the many shows that I've watched and rewatched over quarantine.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, like, The Office, it starts out great, and then gradually just becomes worse and worse. It comes back a little bit closer to the end, but then just, it's not that great at the end. So I want to rewatch it. I want to rewatch it so that, like, I can remember how good it was. And it's like this never-ending cycle with me in The Office.
That's how they get you. It's clever. It's genius marketing. Everyone's like that. That's why everyone's seen The Office at least 5 or 6 times.
I've seen
I
like
would like
3
to.
episodes.
I think the guy, let's see, he was voice acted by Gru from Despicable Me, Steve Carell. Everyone just thought it was the other way. No, Gru is real. He had the voice actors, the character Michael Scott.
Wait, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
Guys,
Gru is real.
I can't believe Gru plays Michael Scott in The Office. Like, how'd they get him to do the voice?
They had to chop off my nose. That doesn't sound like Gru. I'm sorry.
I wonder if Steve Carell knows that his character is being voiced over by Gru in the American version of The Office.
Gru plays Steve Carell. He's just playing his life and the character he played. It's a character of a character. It's very meta.
Yeah.
Despicable Me, it's where he can be his true self.
You know, I don't know whether or not to be excited or not excited for the new release of Minions 2, speaking of Steve Carell and the Gru.
I'm not excited, but at the same time, that's what makes me excited for it. I know it's going to be bad, but I really hope it.
I figure if I go in with my expectations like bedrock bottom low, then I can't be disappointed.
I still think the worst one of, including Minions and Despicable Me, I think the worst one was the third one.
The third Despicable Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Drew.
Oh, wait, yeah.
No, just...
True.
Yeah, the plot seemed kind of cheap. I mean, didn't seem very inspired. It was just, there's 2 Grus now. What?
Man.
Do you guys remember what the plot for the second movie was?
Oh, yeah. Like, there was this El Macho guy, and he wanted to make the Minions blue, and like, I forget what he wanted to do, but part of it was making them, well, they weren't blue, they were purple.
Yeah.
And then Gru teams up with like the anti-villain people, and then they go to the mall, and I sound like a 5-year-old trying to explain the movie. It's and then they go to the mall, and then they blow stuff up, and the Minions become bad. And... Oh gosh.
It's actually a very tragic but yet heroic tale. You see the full extent of Gru's emotional roller coaster up until the end, where you finally get the satisfaction of his epiphany when he turns to the spy side and and realizes that he doesn't have to be all that bad. And
I just thought the Minions were funny, Joe. I mean,
I thought the movie was funny. Steve Carell, funny voice. It was okay.
funny Minion. They like banana.
Banana.
I actually used to play the Minion app where it was like Temple Run except Minions. I played that for like 2 years straight. My entire a few years ago.
I didn't even know that existed. Now I need to find this.
It's it's pretty great actually. You run around as a minion collecting bananas and apples.
Fitz Temple, does someone like chase you?
A couple times it's sometimes it's like the villains from a couple of the movies, so Vector, El Macho, and a new one I think. I say new, but this app released like 3 years ago, so
yeah. Oh, I thought the first Despicable Me was funny. That's it.
Yeah, the first one was great.
Mm-hmm.
I will stop you all in the grass.
So I'm I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to do, but I guess quarantine is gonna end soon. Do you guys have any immediate plans after everyone's let back outside?
I'm gonna start learning to play the ukulele. Is one thing I'm gonna do.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like the guitar stores, I won't say her name, but my girlfriend, she also bought a ukulele recently, and that's my real non-anime inspired girlfriend.
Okay, Ryan,
yeah.
You don't need to rub it in. Some of us are perfectly fine with our anime girlfriends. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Not now, Taco-san. I'm on a podcast.
So you guys will be a matching couple then with two ukuleles, just like me and my Roblox girlfriend.
I want one, but it has like the Thrasher logo painted on it.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
And just to see how long I'll last in public before being publicly executed.
But you have to play to go along with it. You have to play like heavy metal ukulele covers with
heavy metal ukulele.
Yeah.
Just breaking the ukulele.
Just like you hook it up to a guitar amp, but there's no hole for the amp thing, so you have to like slam it into the wooden base of the ukulele. So it doesn't do anything. It's just for show.
You know, the ukulele is actually the easiest instrument to learn. It takes like 10 minutes to get the basics. That surprised me. That it's easier than the harmonica, and I wasn't really expecting that. So that's mainly why I'm playing it. I'm not patient, so.
Well, I lack the mental capacity to learn how to do both. So.
Love you.
I love you too, Janelle.
Janelle, I'm not sure I actually feel that way. I'm flattered.
I forgot I was doing this.
You forgot?
Yeah,
I was like, what are those voices?
That's gonna be the trademark of the podcast, Crackin and Cold One podcast. Very easily forgettable. Yeah.
I had the whole row to myself, and it's not even a play.
Not fun. Did it laugh?
No, you know what? You know who's not. I'm taking a stand for us, gentlemen. You know who's not funny, Janelle? Cue the patriotic music. You're not funny, Janelle. We're sick and tired of you oppressing us with your funny jokes. You are not funny. You will never be funny. God bless America. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I still need a ride to Easton, so I have no comment.
I don't have to try like you do.
Mm.
I don't have to try like you do. I have natural talent. Where are you?
I'm over here working with my grandfather's hands, trying to make a living for myself with my comedy.
You just said you don't have a job.
Maybe you should check your funny privilege, Janelle.
Well, it's more than yours.
These are heating up.
Yeah.
If you'll excuse me, guys, I have to go real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Gunshot.
That
I was
would
kidding,
be-
guys. I'm back.
Let me just specify. It wouldn't be funny if Joe shotgunned himself. I know I said it would be funny, but I was thinking about the minions. That's why I said that's funny.
I think that would be hilarious.
Not the minions shooting themselves, just minions.
Just
Well.
minions.
Just minions.
Sometimes my mom always has to come into my room and be like, Joe, what are you thinking about? And I said, just minions. And she says, okay, and then closes the door.
And then she cries on the other side of the door. Disappointed.
I just wanted a normal son.
The reverb at the end when he said that sounded perfect.
I heard that too. I thought it was just in my headphones.
No.
That's great.
Yeah, don't use my government name.
You don't have a
Government
government name.
I thought Happy Pickle was your
You're-
government name. You changed it.
Like whenever they have to call up Janelle for selective service, like they send her a letter under like Happy Pickle. We need you to fight in the military.
Instead of my real name,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
You come up and you dress up as Pickle Rick in whatever cosplay costume they have of Pickle Rick, if those are even real, and if so, please someone let me know.
Let me go on Amazon real quick. Sexy Pickle Rick costume.
pillow.
Very revealing. Hmm.
I was throwing stuff I didn't want no more away.
Hmm.
No, just random stuff in my room.
Oh, well, they make very revealing Minion cosplay costumes.
Mm.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Yeah, let me order 2.
Okay, that's disgusting.
One for yourself and one for who else? Undisclosed, understand.
Undisclosed person.
Hey Joe,
Yes, Janelle.
I just opened this trash can and it reminded me of your smell.
I don't smell bad to the viewers of the podcast. It was a joke that Janelle said because I smell like a normal human being that uses adequate amounts of deodorant and takes the nominal amounts of showers, which are 2 every week. I mean,
You use 2
day.
cans of Axe per week.
I don't touch Axe. I'm a gentleman and a scholar. I use Old Spice.
Did anyone else ever, instead of taking showers, just douse themselves in Axe body spray?
I can list a couple people. Yeah.
I'm proud to say I've never stooped that low.
It's like the people who use like a whole can in one spray. They just make an atmosphere of Axe around them.
Smells awful. They're like creating this aura around them. It's a shield.
It's so powerful that it burns through the lungs of anyone who like gets within 10 feet of them. Yeah.
Funny.
Those who are all powerful cannot be all good. Is that funny, Janelle?
Janelle, the funny judge, needs to judge our funniness.
It's like that. It's like that Knuckles meme where he's like, "Meme approved."
Hilarious.
My favorite meme, and I use it on every meme that someone sends me, and then they unfollow me. But it's still a funny meme.
Oh, Joe.
Yes, Janelle.
I went out bowling with Lena and something happened. I forgot what happened. And Lena was like, literally, when that happened, I was just thinking of Joe saying trifling, making fun of you. Because how you make fun of saying trifling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is something I do say. Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts and prayers, Janelle.
Shut up.
It's just, I'm actually dead. I'm a ghost. And the fact that you thought of that is because it was an apparition of my former self yelling, trifling.
Joe, son, I don't know what apparition is.
It's a ghost. Maybe you would know that if you would to equally divide some brain space for less funny and more basic human intelligence.
First of all, I know that. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you don't. No, you don't know.
Humor. It's like in Man of Steel when they create children specifically for one task. They just made Janelle so that she could judge funniness and humor.
I'll be fine with that.
I watched Man of Steel the other day. It's actually not as bad as I remember.
There's a lot of movies like that. I watched I thought the John Carter movie, the really bad Disney movie, was actually pretty good.
Which one was that?
The one where he goes to Mars. Not Mars Needs Moms.
Oh, I was about to say, Mars Needs Moms? No, that was awful.
That was an awful movie all around. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one they made, I think, in the same year. Disney was going through a Mars phase.
Tomorrowland?
No, not Tomorrowland. It was called John Carter. It was based off a book, and it did poorly in theaters because they didn't call it the name of the book. They called it John Carter because they had to be special little snowflakes. Disney.
I got it pulled up right now. Oh, this.
Yeah.
I
thought-
didn't watch it, but
I was turned off by it because of how bad it did, and I was.
Are you supposed to turn on by it?
Yeah, I was, Janelle. I was after I watched it. Anyway, I just didn't want to watch it because of how bad it did, and then I just, quarantine and stuff, and everyone's like, everything goes by in a blur, and you don't know half the stuff you do because it's the same gosh darn cycle every single day. So I just put it on one day, and I thought, hey, this is not that bad, and I watched it again, and I thought, oh, this is actually really good. But I think it's more of the fact that it's directly from the book, and the book's really good.
Oh shoot!
Janelle got too much funny out of that statement.
I think the guy who played Ross in Friends was actually in that movie.
Really?
The John Carter movie. He was like
Bob Duncan.
Bob Duncan.
Bob Duncan.
No,
Let's keep our funny show straight, Janelle.
What do you say?
Let's keep our funny show straight. Friends, Big Mouth.
Have you seen that?
And, well, I guess I have to explain now. Big Mouth is a disgusting show. Don't watch it.
I hate
Sorry,
it.
that's what-
I watched like 4
Yeah, I know.
episodes, and I'm like, I'm done with this. I can't watch it. It's literally engineered for your freaking blue-haired 15-year-old white girl to laugh at and say, I have crackhead energy.
I thought that was funny.
You thought Big Mouth was funny?
Yeah.
Alright, Janelle.
Good to know.
Hey, you should watch.
Also, distancing's gonna have to wait
Yeah, you should watch Dave.
Dave?
so that I can go
Is
in
that
your
the-
car and we can go to Easton.
Is that the one about, what was his name? Small Richard? Lil Dicky.
Wait,
Oh,
Little
we
Richard.
love the Earth. It is
Is
our
our
planet.
planet.
Didn't that movie, or not that movie? It was a song. Didn't that song win like?
A Nobel Peace
Yeah.
Prize.
what song?
The We
Uh,
Love the Earth by Little Dicky.
Oh yeah. First of all, his TV show is very inappropriate.
Oh,
Like-
well, I can't watch it then. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I can only watch
My
it if it's
mom-
rated PG or below.
My mom does not appreciate the salty language.
But my folks don't know what TV-14 means, so I might be able to sneak it away if it was TV-14.
I don't know what TV-14 is either. So
Oh my god.
It's like the TV equivalent of like PG-13.
that's stupid.
It is. Most anime is rated TV-14. Not that I would know.
Shut up. You watch anime. Stop acting like you
I
don't.
hate anime.
You watch it.
If I had to admit I watched a few, then under oath I would plead the fifth because I don't have to.
Well, tough.
Janelle, have you ever watched Oron Academy? Whatever. I forget the exact title, but it's like Oron High School.
Is
Club
it? Is
thing.
it?
High School DxD is my favorite show. Just want to point that out there. If I
Wait.
watched anime.
Is it like with all those like dudes and like they all look gay, but like they're all like.
Well, that's very subjective, Janelle, and I'm not going to confirm whether or not you're right
That's like-
about that.
That's
but
like
go
5
on.
or 6 popular TV shows right now.
That's facts.
Like you
No,
gotta
I mean-
it's like
pick one of
it's
them.
on Netflix and it looks kind of old.
JoJo,
No,
Cowboy
I
Bebop.
think, yeah, I think you're right. That's the one I'm talking about, Janelle. You are right, though.
and then like one of them's like pretending to be a guy, but not really.
Well, one of them looks like a guy, and no one else notices. Or, like,
Okay, yes, I have
oh.
watched that.
I'm
Well, I
thinking, I'm
just started watching that.
Not Steins Gate. Thinking. Just I'm just trying to think of all of the anime I would watch if I did watch anime.
You do watch it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
Seraph of the End is a good word to start with.
What'd you say?
Seraph of the End, where they fight vampires, and then their weapons are like demons, so they go. Yeah, like that.
I'm more of a Rosario to vampire kind of guy, if you know what I'm saying.
Have you seen Assassination Classroom?
I almost got into it.
I don't like the style of anime they're in, but like I literally watched 2 episodes and then watched the last episode.
That's what I did with like a lot. I'd just be like, "How does this end?" I want to make sure I'm not getting into something, and then it ends
Yeah.
poorly. And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, not as." I don't know.
And then I didn't go back and watch it. I was like, oh, that's sad.
Oh, that's why. Do you know what Angel Beats is?
No.
No.
I think I've heard of it.
Well, I had I never watched it, and like from first glance, I kind of want to watch it because it's kind the art style's cool, everything's nice about it, and then I got the ending spoiled to me, and the ending's super sad, and now I don't really want to watch it because I know how it ends, and blah blah blah.
That sucks for you, Joe.
That's me with Fairy Tale, I think. And I don't want to spoil anything,
I've
but
watched
the
Fairy
ending
Tail.
was also very depressing. So now I don't even want to watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't finish Fairy Tale though.
Are you drinking a balloon?
Are you sucking helium?
Yes.
Say something funny.
But
God, you never cease to entertain me.
That cracks me up. I'm straight cracked.
You're straight
Straight
crack.
up.
Call me
Straight up.
Emily because I got some crackhead energy.
You sound like every girl named Emily on TikTok.
Yeah, I do.
Uncle Stefan, you want some balloons? Huh? Can I let them go outside?
Dare I ask, where did you get the balloons?
Somebody brought them over for like me and for like graduation. I'm gonna cut these ones off so they can go up. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting I'm talking to you guys.
Are you just gonna let the balloons go outside? That seems like a waste of perfectly good balloons. I prefer to let them die inside.
See, I could never do that. It was depressing just watching them fly closer and closer away into oblivion.
They're not gonna go that far.
They'll come back down somehow or somewhere.
Well, not in my house.
I never knew for the longest time what happened to
Die
balloons.
what?
I used to think they'd go into space, and I realized that's not possible for.
I was convinced they'd go into heaven.
The potato salad.
So when I was little, I'd put little post-it notes on them to ask God for stuff.
Well,
And then I'd let them. Yeah, I'm serious. And then I was smart enough to figure out that I had to put 2 balloons on one post-it note for it to go high. And so I
For
did
good
that.
measure.
You're the smartest kid out here for real.
Yeah.
I
Except
would've never
thinking
thought
that
of that.
balloons go to heaven.
Ouch.
That's the one part I couldn't really get over. Other than that, I
You
was
remember
pretty
that movie
intelligent.
called All Dogs Go to Heaven?
I remember that movie.
I've
That
seen
was
that movie.
trippy.
That was.
I used to love that as a kid.
I love the first one.
My parents wouldn't let me
Yeah.
watch it because of how weird it was. Like when I was
I
little.
barely remember it. I just remember that I used to watch it a lot.
Hmm.
Goodbye, balloons. Oh, dang.
Go.
This did not go. But the red one is.
Did you tape your social?
I hope some kid think it's it.
Godspeed balloon. I wonder if the SpaceX ship is gonna find it.
it's gonna get caught on the blue port. You're gonna kill them both. You're gonna kill the astronauts.
Mayday, mayday.
We're going
I
down.
should have put Joe's phone number on it.
Yeah, do that. Maybe
That's
some
responsible
responsible
for-
for give me a call.
Well, the purple one is gonna stay in my room, I guess, because he doesn't want to leave.
Yeah, you're just gonna kill him in your room.
Yes. Goodbye, pink balloon. This one didn't go. I know you don't care, but
Sometimes I like drawing faces on the balloons and seeing how much they contort when they lose helium. And so you're left with a funny, cartoonishly small version of the face you drew that was a lot larger.
you're lame.
It's like from Phineas
Okay.
and Ferb when the Doofenshmirtz guy has the balloon and he's like, balloon!
That's-
It's my balloon!
God. Ugh. Phineas and Ferb was awesome. That was one of the few shows I think I would watch over and over again.
Is it on Disney?
Yeah, it's
has
on-
to be Disney.
It's on Disney now.
Alright, well, I know what I'm doing now. Just watching Phineas and Ferb.
Rewatching the second to last episode of Phineas and Ferb when they're older over and over and over and over and over again. No, that's not what I might be doing.
Now wait, did Ferb eventually get with Doofenshmirtz's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, final episode.
alright. I'm not crazy then. Well, I probably could be, but hey, I'm saved.
You're like, yes! And then like you can like write on the on your Wattpad page like, guys, I was right. My ship works and yours doesn't. Ferb does not end up with blah 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 or so and so. She ends up with Vanessa Doofenshmirtz. Thank you, and this will be my last post.
Vanessa was like
Hot, yes.
16 or 18, and Ferb was like 12.
That's okay.
But now, but at the end, he was like, 18, I think, or they were going to college, so close to 18. So
It was legal now. So.
I'm 16 or 18, and my Roblox girlfriend was like 12. Thanks.
That's not good.
I made sure that was not the case. And I don't even know why I'm defending that, because I didn't really have a Roblox girlfriend. I don't think I need to. I don't know why I need to make that clear, but I do. But if I did, they weren't.
They?
Yeah, she. I'm so sorry I offended you, Janelle.
going back to the shipping thing, that's essentially the My Hero fan base, 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just constantly ship every character possible.
I don't like that they ship Deku and Eerie and like Deku and All Might. That's weird.
I know she ugly and stuff, but that frog girl though.
I want to make a picture. I want to just have a picture of Joe with his arm extended out really large, and then just you put in Froppy instead of taking like a bathroom selfie.
If you do that, I will print it out and I will frame it in a massive 10 by 8 inch picture frame and hang that above my bed and look at it every night when I go to sleep.
I will keep that in mind. Then
I would do that.
I'll get on.
I would put it right next to my Jake Paul poster.
Ew.
Oh yeah, the Jake Paul poster.
Jake Paul is disgusting.
Forgot about that. What do you say about Jake Paul, Janelle?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
You'll better take that back, or else it's gonna
Straight up.
My anger for you is gonna be every day, bro.
Oh, I totally care because I think of you on a daily basis, and that would just haunt me.
I don't know, Janelle. Do you? Because the last couple of conversations prove that we could talk to Lena. We can go to the bowling alley.
That was the same situation.
We can go pull some pins at the bowling alley and Wii Sports.
Shut up.
How much did you roll, Janelle?
You mean what was my score?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was your
2
score?
pins. It was 2 pins for the 10 tries.
That's not how it works, Joe.
With
I
bumpers
got
on.
my final score was 283.
What? No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
It was
What?
not.
Really?
Are you
Wait.
After
That's incredible.
a
after-
320 is like a perfect score, right?
I thought you could only go to.
Or 280.
I thought you could only go to 300.
Maybe it is a 300. I don't know. I'm not a
No,
bowling
but that was
master.
after 3 games. It wasn't after 1 game.
Oh, okay. Well,
My
I
largest.
mean,
Sorry.
never mind.
My largest accomplishment is getting 4 strikes in a row.
That's a turkey.
No, that's 3. 4 strikes in a
Oh.
row in Wii bowling. I suck at regular bowling.
Yeah, Wii bowling, I am the best.
Yeah, me too. I figured out how to properly hold the remote and give it the right amount of spin. So it
Yeah, I used to look at hacks.
yeah.
I only like one of the things I like most about Wii bowling is when you throw the ball behind you and just hear all the other kneecaps just scream.
If I would used to play that with my brother, and all he would do is just stand there for 10 minutes laughing as he did that, just over and over and over again, and it was annoying. Jeez,
It's funny.
it is very funny. Very.
I think I might laugh.
Is Matthew still here?
Yeah,
Yes.
What?
Latavius is.
You haven't said 2 words.
Like, can you?
No, we can hear you. I could hear Matthew.
I
Oh,
can't
Started
hear
the Toy Story conversation.
Yeah,
I switched to my computer microphone instead of my actual microphone, so.
that's okay. I'm pretty sure everything came up. Hmm. Me shooting Janelle at her house.
What? You don't even know where I live.
Yeah, I can figure it out.
I know where you live. Ha ha ha.
I've been to Janelle's house.
I can
I
use
hit my head.
the
Went down
reverse
to the basement.
reverse circumference navigation tracking, and if you know where I live, I can figure out where you live. Just did.
Where?
You live in. Let me do some calculations. In a house. On a street. In looks like Columbus. No.
That was great sound effects, low key. But you're correct.
Yes. I told you, Janelle, you can't hide from me forever.
What color is my house?
Gray.
Oh, okay, I know it's not gray.
And I got it. You live near Dublin Grenville Road, right?
I don't know where that's at.
You have one of those like tarps that you hang up on your wall. It's got like all the designs that are like not intertwined, but like parallel.
Oh, you have a dream catcher. I forgot. Can you like?
Oh, that.
It's like it's mine.
I forgot.
I put it above Janelle's bed, and then every night, every week, every night on a certain week, every like Saturday night, I come into her house and like I collect all of the dreams that the dream catcher caught, and then take it to my dream lair.
What? I'm so. With no lie, some of what you said cut off, and it came back at the most weird part.
That's the greatest thing about these Google Meet calls. I think I don't know. I think I might change. This was fun and all, and I'm glad we were able to do it. I am. But like, you know, just looking at practicality and stuff, I might just change this to the new format for the podcasts, because like, you know, instead of having to wait till I'm with someone to record, I can just like, you know, do it over Google Meet whenever with whoever.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I have to say about that?
What?
Barack Obama!
I don't get it.
It's from the epic rap battles of history. Epic rap battles of history. Joe Colaizzi versus Barack Obama. Begin. Yo.
Hello? Yes, my name is Obama. Read up. Lay down.
If I can be clear, I think that you are quite queer. That's it. And I get burned so hard that I can't retaliate. Obama wins. Who won? You decide.
Have you ever like?
I've watched those in a long time.
Ryan,
I'm sorry.
have your mom ever gave you a leash as a kid?
For what reason would I need one?
No, because some kids they be giving their like kids backpacks that are like low key leashes. So
Oh, was I like? Do you think I was one of those kids that just ran around and?
yeah, just run around. Mom, want to touch it, and then she just yanks you back.
No, I was very obedient as a child, and because I wanted to have my elite frog tablet privileges. Thank you very much.
When we like went to like places, my mom used to tie a balloon around her hand, so like she will always find us because there's a balloon floating up somewhere.
What if it carried her away?
Yeah,
Like, then
that's
you'd
what I'm
never
thinking.
find
What if
her.
you just- yeah.
Although I did at one point have a shock collar.
Okay.
You had
If I went too far away from a remote.
All right, time
That's
for
not true.
Joe's funny opinion. I hate child leashes. Whenever I was at Disney World a few months ago, and that's all I saw. I saw little kids with child leashes, and I wanted to go up to their parents and be like, "What are you, crazy? That's for dogs. Maybe
I think it's weird.
maybe they should put a leash on you. How would you like it?"
I feel like if the kid is like, if my kid was super hyper and like running away, I would not put a leash on my kid. I feel
If
like
my kid was super hyper and running away, I wouldn't take
I
him
wouldn't
to
take him to
goddamn Disney World.
If
Yeah.
you wanted to go, I'd let him go. All right, it's a free country.
Yeah, let him go. Tell him to come back in like a few
What?
hours.
If he could
I'll
run
let him
away, he
figure
could
it
find
out.
his way back.
Yeah,
Like, have fun.
But yeah,
that's my logic.
I don't like the one.
It's like in.
Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Joe.
No, I'm sorry, Ryan.
I knew you were going to do
Okay,
that.
all right, you
Just
clearly sorry. This is like once again like in Full House when Michelle gets lost in Disney World, and it was very dramatic. It was a 2-part episode.
Is that the one where she loses her memory too?
No, that was the last episode.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Which one is the one where they talk about a lot of funny sex jokes? Is that in the new one?
Oh, yeah, that's like essentially the newer Fuller House season.
I love
That's why I
Fuller
stopped
House.
watching it.
I love Fuller House. Every time when they make a funny pee joke, I just lose my mind in laughter.
Yeah, it's nothing like the original. That's what kind of upset me.
Oh, it upsetted me as soon as it came out. I wasn't a huge fan of Full House to begin with.
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I was done.
And then Fuller House comes out, and they're like trying to freaking like, you know, mosquito
Make it
like
for adults.
inject into it and suck out all of the popularity that Full House gained, and then like reapply it to Netflix.
I only watched Full House because it came on right when Nickelodeon used to end, so I used to like watch like 2 episodes.
Me too. That's how I was.
Yeah.
When I was little, it used to be the last thing on before I had to go to bed, and so that's all I.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like Cartoon Network used to go to Adult Swim. That's why. What's that show with like those white people? And they were like,
Give the hill.
What was
King
it?
of the Hill. Yeah, King of the Hill.
Hmm.
I used to watch that when I shouldn't have been watching it, and I was like, I'm a savage.
Bobby.
Yeah.
I love King of the Hill. Bobby,
Remember when?
put me
remember when-
down.
Remember when Nick Mom was a thing? It's like after like 10 o'clock when all the kids would go to sleep, Nickelodeon
Oh
would
my
just
gosh,
air.
Nick Mom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to watch that. I was like, I'll
Nick
be
Mom.
home.
You used to watch it.
Yeah.
So like there was Nickelodeon, Nick Teen, Nicktoons, Nick Mom.
Yeah.
It was that sort of. That's
Well-
surreal.
Yeah.
Nick Jr. and Noggin.
Was that
Sure,
Nickelodeon?
Studio.
Or was that Cartoon Network? I think it was Nickelodeon. Noggin.
What, Noggin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Nickelodeon.
Back when we still had cable, the only thing I watched, or the only thing that that Nick would provide, we didn't get Nick. We had to pay the extra stuff, and my parents were not going to have any of that. And so we would just download the app, and we could only watch like short little clips of Nick shows. So I never, when I was really little. I never really got to experience the full Nick. I had Disney and stuff, and that's all I ever watched. But now you can just pull up the whole like 24-hour Peppa Pig live stream, and I'm set for like 4 days with that.
I fell asleep to that the other night, not gonna lie.
Peppa Pig's awesome.
I don't want to sleep whenever Peppa Pig's on because I'm afraid she'll face right in front of the camera and all that.
You can't look away from her, or else it's like the SCP that like comes closer to you and then eventually breaks your neck or something.
We used to watch. All we had was like Nick Jr. and PBS Kids. So like that's all I watched was Nick Jr. and PBS Kids to an age where I should have been done watching that. And then everybody was talking about. I was like, "What's this Disney Channel y'all watching?" And then my life has changed since then. That's when I became a man.
Austin and Allie, thank you very much.
Austin and Allie, that was amazing. That was my dad's my favorite show.
My dad.
My dad's.
My dad's favorite show was Jesse.
Mr. Colaizzi watches Austin and Allie.
My dad's favorite show was Jessie.
It was. We used to binge watch it.
That does. Whenever my siblings are watching a DCOM, I always suspiciously find my dad watching it as well. And he's like trying to pretend like he's not also enjoying watching it.
He's like peeking around a corner.
Like
He
it's
knows.
like that when you're in the doctor's office instead of like the kids section,
Yeah.
and like they only have like the TV shows for like babies and toddlers, and like you don't want to watch it because it looks bad, but at the same time it's the only thing they've got. So
You
Like-
binge watch it.
He knows all the songs to all the zombies movies. Like he's a dedicated fan.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so you know how like your TV, you can like record something and watch it later.
Yeah, like a DVR.
correct.
Yeah, so I used to only go to his house on the weekend, and he used to have like all the new Jesse episodes recorded.
Janelle, I've waited for you. Now, sit down with Pops. Let's watch some Jessie.
And like we would like go get Subway and like sit there and watch Jesse.
Living the good life.
In the last episode, he cried.
Who didn't?
It's like a religious service. Like you guys have a Jessie time.
Literally.
Like put down the phones. It's Jessie time.
Can I go to my friend's house? No, we have to watch Jesse. Dad, please, no.
Bring out your little idols, and they're the large lizard from the show. Real.
Like he has to watch it in front of his like Jessie action figures that they never made, but he somehow has them.
Jesse action figures.
God. Yeah, Disney was trippy. I like old Disney. It's not really old Disney. I'll call that middle Disney because it's not quite new Disney. And old
Right.
Disney, middle Disney was like
Yeah. I think middle Disney is probably better than old and new. I mean, I love old Disney, don't get me wrong. But middle Disney was kind of solid. Minus Liv and Maddie. Wait, actually,
Liv and
I
Maddie
would
was
watch
okay.
I would watch Liv and Maddie if Liv and Maddie weren't in it.
Yeah.
Like, I
It
would
would've
watch
been bet-
Parker and Joey and
I
Mom
completely agree. I 100% agree with that. Like, Liv and Maddie would have been 100 times better without Liv or Maddie.
And Dad. Fact. Liv was irritating. She can't sing. Maddie, no. Parker and Joey though, if they had a TV show, I would watch that all day.
Maybe it's because I find Dove Cameron the least bit attractive.
Ew.
Dove Cameron.
What? She is! Someone was had to say it.
Only you said it.
Okay. But you were all thinking it.
No, I just think she can't sing.
Yeah. I don't like her voice.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, ew.
like, when you hear her talk, it's like, it's weird because it separates it, the characters separate in half, where, like, she uses her jock voice for Maddie, and then her really high-pitched diva voice for Liv, and then, like, you see her offset, and it's like a weird, not right combination of both, and it just annoys me.
Yeah, I don't like
Oh,
when
just doing this.
actors act as just two people. When people act as two different people,
Yeah.
because then it makes it ruins it. Like, bro, that's the same person.
It's like it's like the episode of, like, every single DCOM where they find some sort of way to get two of the same character on a screen and, like, have it be, like, some sort of clone episode, or like I don't know. I don't know why that seems to be, like, a common arc with the Disney shows. But this was just the epitome of all of it. They made a whole series out of it.
People, oh my
There was
god.
a movie with they made a movie about that where like they're twins and they meet at like a summer camp, then they switch parents.
Oh, what is
Yeah, no.
Parent Trap or It Takes Two?
Parent Trap.
Parent Trap, yeah.
Where there was one where they went to like a camp and then they switched places too. They did that a lot in movies.
I think that one was It Takes Two, and then the one Ryan was thinking of is Parent Trap.
There's actually a lot of movies that do that. They be like, oh my gosh, you look like me. Let's switch sides.
And then they're like, "Oh my goodness, we can't do this. We learned our lesson. I mean, let's go back. Our lives are better anyway."
And then the parents get back together, and
A happy ending.
their boisterous acts did provide them with some fortune in the end. And that's the moral of the story.
Is this an opinion? All guys love the movie Tangled. Is
I
that
love
correct?
Tangled.
Yeah, I love
Tangled.
Tangled. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Tangled's like
That's my favorite
Yeah.
Disney movie.
Yeah, it is my favorite
Hey,
Disney movie. I love it.
She's my favorite Disney princess, and I was like, Tangled is like one of the best. Of them.
Because Rapunzel. Let me just point this out for all of our audience to hear, and probably a lot of angry feminists in my comment section. Rapunzel is the ideal woman for any guy.
She can cook, clean.
Long hair, blonde.
That's it.
Lives in a tower.
She started quarantining before it was cool.
She started quarantining. Cool.
I mean, I respect the commitment.
Did you guys ever? You know what? I will say this. I liked the movie so much that I didn't force myself. It was more of a grudgingly started, and then was kind of happy to watch it. I watched the entire spin-off series.
Oh, I did too.
I forgot that.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. I like. There's a song in there that I like.
I also think it's funny that the kingdom is called Corona.
Literally,
Yeah.
not coincidence.
And she's quarantined herself. I mean,
From Corona. Yeah, it's funny.
Disney knew before we did.
Disney.
And Mary.
They're ahead of the game,
Mhm.
and even with Corona, they're an all-being society, all-knowing society.
They were trying to warn us.
I thought I got quiet. So I was like, what?
I just
So-
heard Animal Crossing in the background. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, no.
Oh, that was Animal.
I haven't played in like 2 weeks, so they're probably all mad at me.
Did you get the new game?
Yeah.
I never got into Animal Crossing, like the old stuff, so I ain't really. It looks fun, but I never really bothered getting it. Is it any good?
Yeah, I like it. I like it because I like games where I can like build my own thing, like Minecraft.
Mhm.
I like stuff like that because I can just build it and do what I want.
Yeah.
But like,
Minecraft's better.
like story mode games, yeah.
Minecraft
Yeah.
story mode.
Uh,
My favorite.
I just think story mode games are just super out of like date.
Yeah.
Can't really.
Like,
It's
I
really.
have, like,
Sorry.
I have like Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Haunted Mansion, and I'm like, it's too hard. It's too much work.
Yeah, like I don't know why. Probably because like online stuff has made me super dumb. But like I can't really approach puzzle games the same way anymore. Like they bored me. Like I can't play. Like I couldn't from. I played this a lot when I was little. But after everything like new I've played, like Fortnite and everything around that, I couldn't go back and pick up like one of the Lego Star Wars games, like and play it all the way through. Like I don't think I could.
We so we have the game.
We've been spoiled.
What's that Lego movie? Oh, the Lego movie.
What's that Lego movie? The Lego movie.
And we have like the game for Xbox, and when I tell you we can't beat like the second scene, like we are stuck.
Wait, you can't beat the Lego movie game?
The Lego movie first game. We cannot
I
beat
think
Watch the movie. It shows you how it's done.
Okay, why?
Yeah.
Just watch the movie.
Wait,
yeah,
hang on.
it's literally
It's
its
the
own
exact-
guide.
Yeah.
Literally, but like we keep pressing the buttons and saying we have done this. We have had this game for 2 years, and we tried playing.
Just
it
look up
again.
like the tutorial on YouTube.
Yeah,
some
just look
like
up-
some British
We
or some
can't.
Polish guy
We
will be like,
can't.
"Hello, we are going to finish scene 2, unbeatable scene in Lego Movie 2 video game in
Like the
under an
game-
hour."
Like the game just starts and we can't beat it, and we're like, this is probably the easiest game we have, and we can't beat it.
Okay, is it anyone else, or why did they call it the Lego Movie video game? Why couldn't they just call it the Lego video game?
The Lego because like I don't know.
It was trademarked as the Lego movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But you could like put
like-
it in the same font and all, just put Lego video game, and then like I think you get like maybe 2 or 3 more people going like, that's culture right there.
2 or 3 more people. That's culture. Right?
I was very tempted to buy this game, but it was a Lego game, but it's essentially Minecraft and it's Minecraft Lego version.
Oh,
I
Minecraft.
don't know.
Is it the Minecraft Dungeons or whatever it is?
No, it's a Lego game, but it's you can build whatever you want, and it's kind of like
Mm,
Have
I
you
don't-
Oh, okay.
have you guys played like Minecraft and Puss in Boots on like Netflix?
My God.
Because I have.
you might need to step out.
Unfortunately, I only play PP and Boots.
Shut up. You're stupid.
That's a good one, Joe.
That's funny, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
No, I give that 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
I'm glad Mackenzie gave me her Netflix account. 'Cause
You know that's actually illegal.
Yeah, they said so in the Scooby-Doo movie.
They do.
oh yeah, when they make funny Netflix joke.
They say Dick Dastard leeches off his mom's Netflix, and then he's like, I hate people who don't pay for Netflix themselves. And then the Fred does the funny thing where he turns around and he's like, you have to pay for Netflix? I had probably the biggest laugh of my life.
Ha ha ha.
Ha, ha, ha.
Pure comedy.
If you're not
I
living
laughed,
with a
I
little bit of
cried,
fear
I
in your
did the
life,
whole
you're
thing.
not living.
Hmm?
All I'm saying is, if you're not living with the slightest bit of fear in your life, then you're not living.
Oh,
That's why I leech off Netflix.
You gotta prepare yourself for what's coming. So like you start in small increments of fear. First you move up to leeching off someone else's Netflix, then you move up to like, occasionally stealing the pack of gum out of Walmart and like hiding it in your pocket so they don't get scanned. And then like at
And
the end
I
of the
join
road,
Anonymous
you
and,
just-
like
you just move up at the end of the line. It's just like full on like just walk into a car dealership and then walk out with a car, but like you didn't
With
even
a
pay
set
for
of
it.
keys.
They know who you are. They're just gonna give it to you.
So I have a very serious question. I might change the mood of the talk.
Okay.
So your profile picture, did you make that White House in the background in Minecraft?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's lame.
I literally I was a freshman when I did that, and then I literally looked up Minecraft White House. I made the Ted Cruz with the diamond sword.
No,
That
that's not.
I'm proud of, but
Oh, my windows look like Minecraft windows.
that's cool.
Janelle, did you change your profile picture because my mom and Miss Kim kept harassing you for having it?
No, because this isn't my school account,
Oh,
but they were harassing
see-
me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the thing.
I don't get harassed. I get his assed.
What?
Cause I'm a guy.
you see,
Aren't I funny, guys? Yes.
I'm gonna think about that for a second.
I'll take your laughs now. Thank you very much.
2 out of 10.
It's for my picture. This was back when we had.
Oh yeah,
the,
why are you a furry, Ryan?
I love that nobody asked.
It's not a human wearing a wolf suit. It's a wolf wearing the suit. It's quite the opposite of a furry, Joe. It's like the flip side of the same coin. But I found this picture back.
You're wrong. Where did you find the picture, Ryan? Go ahead.
This was before we got Chromebooks and like laptops were provided for us at school. And I'm like, man, I need a cool profile picture because I don't. Besides the one that's like just a half of an oval and then like the perfect circle. I found this and it was just a wolf wearing a tuxedo. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, shark wearing swimsuit. Yeah. Nah, not cool. Dolphin wearing a dress. No, I hate it. Gross. Anteater wearing some sweatpants. Not really cool. But wolf wearing tux. 10 out of 10. That's going on my wall.
Might never change it.
I didn't even notice his profile picture till you said something.
What is there to notice? It's just a wolf in a
anti-furry.
It's an anti-furry, yes.
It's an animal dressed up as a human.
Alright, to get back at all the furries, on all my TikToks, I'm gonna be dressing up as a person.
What?
I'm gonna dress up as a person, so I can be like anti-person.
You got your flesh suit ready to go.
I borrowed it from somebody. It's from all of the flesh that I had people donate to me, and I built a suit out of it.
Ew.
So it's like a bunch of different patches of like slightly off-colored skin.
What if Joe had a drug dealer, but instead of drugs, it was flesh?
Flesh dealer. I'd be more into the poop gain.
Like, you got the brown type today?
I'd get the poop dealings.
The poop dealings?
Yeah.
Guys, you're gonna get copyright struck. That's a no-no word.
Did you know that brooms are just vacuums for hardwood floors?
Do you know that brooms came out before vacuums?
I vacuum my hard floor.
Yeah, my vacuum has a hard floor setting.
It doesn't really ruin it.
You try to vacuum a hard floor?
Yeah,
I do vacuum.
I mean, it still works.
I don't like the noise. It's like.
I mean, yeah, it's not as convenient, but
it still does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it sweeps. What can I say?
Hey, we're not outside the store.
It's like you use it, but like as a broom, so you have to like vacuum it into a dustpan.
It goes away from the vacuum because it knows what's happening, and then you catch it with the dustpan.
Yes.
The dust is empty.
Do you guys you know how they made Nerf guns, but more girly and stuff like that?
The Nerf Rebel.
Oh, the Rebel series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have one, but it's like a bow and arrow, and I found it the other day, and I literally was about to order some arrows online. And I don't know if I'm gonna shoot
Nerf arrows, correct?
Huh?
Not real arrows, right?
No, not real arrows.
Oh, crap. Alright.
Like the feminist John Wick.
I never noticed. I never realized what those were how those were intended to be marketed, because obviously they were supposed to get into the whole girl power squad. But if that was the case, why didn't they make actual Nerf guns? There are so many way cooler regular Nerf guns, and then if I was a girl and I wanted to buy Rebel guns or Rebel guns in this context, all I could get was a couple tiny little pistols that could only shoot one bullet or whatever. Girl power, yay! No.
I haven't looked too. As shocking as it sounds, I haven't bought any of the Rebel series Nerf guns. So I'm not very familiar with their model or brand.
Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out.
Missing out? Ah, well.
The Nerf Rebel is a gentleman's gun. It is.
I was dropping my friend off I was dropping my friend off at his house, and he opened the garage. I was backing out, and you literally just see a wall for Nerf guns, and it's a light that flashes on them. I was like, that is so much.
These look cool. They're like crossbows.
I was like,
Yeah,
who-
no, I'm looking at it too.
I
I was
like
like,
them.
who are you fighting?
I like what I
Like you could
see.
shoot an arrow and still fire bullets.
That's cool.
Oh, huh.
I bet I could do that
Oh.
with the Nerf guns I have, like make a big wall. Too bad I'd have to like get rid of everything on the wall.
I want to eventually buy so many Nerf guns so I can just make like one huge gun. Like you see those cursed image memes. I want to be able to own one and actually like make one of those cursed images.
Yeah.
Like one that can like assemble into like different parts, but still be a gun.
Like one that's just a huge, like as tall as a grown man. If you were to set it,
It's as tall as a.
my Nerf gun's as tall as a grown man.
Oh jeez.
So before the podcast started, I was in the drive-through thingy for Starbucks, and I had a shirt that said Dragon Ball Z on it or whatever on, and the lady was like, they're all teenagers. She was like, "Oh my gosh, are you the person who introduced me to My Hero Academia?" And she was excited, so I said yes.
Bless your soul.
And I've never seen this girl in my life or been to the Starbucks. And I was like, oh yeah. She was like, oh my gosh, me and my girlfriend watch it all the time. She was just talking to me, and I was like, I have no idea who this is. I was like, she was here is just so not smart or racist because she just thinks that a black girl with an afro is the same person as the other one she saw the other day.
Oh, was
Okay,
it?
so now
Was,
this is a political statement.
you?
Huh?
Was it one of the white Emilys that were like that? That was
Yeah.
at the drive-through. She's like, "Oh my goodness, you must be that crackhead girl that taught me how to do the anime. Wow." My
You guys ever
poor-
see the Smurf movies?
what?
Smurf movie, the one with the real people in it, was fire.
I mean, I feel like it was a missed opportunity because like they could have done a lot with the world they already established with the Smurfs, but they just threw them in New York, and it seemed like a cheap way to.
Mm-mm.
I liked it.
I can't wait
I
for
would
the
have liked.
Minions
I
live
would have liked
action
if it
movie.
was from a cartoon. Like-
Minions live action. I'd pay good money to see that.
Did they make only 2 of the Smurf movies or just 1? No, they made 2.
They made 2, but then they made an animated one that was not connected.
No, they made 2 real ones and 1 animated one.
Hmm.
Just
What I
kidding.
Then the
said,
second
Janelle.
one, the girl was bad, turns good,
No,
and then
let's-
turns
you don't
bad
know
again,
this
and then
stuff,
turns
right?
good.
There was a good Lady Smurf and there was a bad Lady Smurf, and then there was another bad regular guy Smurf who didn't speak, who talked English.
The good
So
ones
get
were
the
blue.
storylines right. I would like it better if they went from being in a cartoon and then going to the real world, like that one princess movie. Never mind, y'all don't watch good TV.
Oh,
It's like Oswald
Ella Enchanted.
Jones.
Yes,
That movie was fire.
I love that movie. I will watch that like every day if I could.
Does she stay in the? Does she stay or does she go back to the cartoon world?
She stays in the real world, and the dude that broke up with him for her went to the cartoon world. They like switch places.
Hmm.
They go
Just-
with their lovers.
Just like the Playboy Cardi and Pierre Bourne song "Switching Lanes."
Yo, nobody cares. You know what would have been funny if you did not record, if you weren't recording this.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. I look at anxiety to make sure it's recording, and then I'm worried that I'll press stop, and then a big error will be like data corrupted, unable to record.
We had to like say everything over again and then like remake it funny.
We have
Alright,
like
guys, top of the script. Here we go.
I have a transcript what I thought
Yeah.
happened when we
like
said
in
it.
court how they have someone who has to write everything down, and we just have like a personal assistant who does that, and then they read back everything.
Oh, actually, I did look at the time. That's a long
It's been a
podcast.
while.
Oh jeez.
That's the longest podcast I think has ever been on this channel. Well, everybody, that was a great show. We were joined once again by the great, talented voices of Matthew Hamilton, Ryan Sharp, and Janelle Monroe-Price. Thank you for watching. I hope that you tune in next time to see what we have planned next, which I'm not entirely sure, but it might be something grand. So I hope to see you later, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.